Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing some longer-term technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, because in today's video, I want to analyze the actual driving force behind the bearishness that we've been seeing out of Bitcoin here over the last couple of weeks. Because people have been doing all kinds of different analysis on why Bitcoin has fallen and broken bearish out of this symmetrical triangle pattern, why Bitcoin's trading sideways, why Bitcoin is still looking bearish, why it's in a bear flag. All of these things can be boiled down to one very simple piece of analysis, and really it's fundamental analysis. So guys, this is probably going to be a short video, but I do want to dive into this and explain to you guys why not only Bitcoin is being so boring, but Bitcoin keeps breaking bearish. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you smash that like button. It really helps out the channel and helps the videos get ranked in the YouTube algorithm so that we can spread the gospel of Bitcoin far and wide. And also, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell so you'll be updated every single time a new video goes live. I do also want to briefly remind you guys of the month-long sale that is running on CT2A. There's a $40 off coupon code down below if you guys would like to start your journey learning technical analysis. The Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is a fantastic place to start. If you'd like to talk to one of our 900 students, you can join the Discord server down below and see what they have to say about it. I always want to make sure you guys are making informed decisions, and a great way to do that is to actually talk to some of our students, so feel free to do that. Both links are in the description down below. Anyway, guys, like I said, this video is probably going to be relatively short because, quite frankly, there's not much to talk about in Bitcoin right now. We're going to do a little bit of shorter-term technical analysis on the hourly chart so that you guys have some stuff to chew on during the day today. But as far as the longer term is concerned, there's not much to discuss. That's why we're discussing fundamentals a lot lately. One thing I do want to point out, guys, is this pattern down here on the hourly chart. Starting around noon on the 13th, we saw that Bitcoin started going into this consolidation pattern. Our uptrend of support is very well defined with these wicks down here and these candle bodies right over here. Our downtrend of resistance isn't as well defined. You could draw it like this, you could draw it like this, you could draw it like this, you could draw it like something like this. You can draw it pretty much however you want, but the point is Bitcoin does find itself in a consolidation pattern, and it will likely be breaking out of it today. Watch out for that. You guys know that one of my favorite patterns to trade is in fact a consolidation pattern because the breakouts are relatively easy to see coming, they're easy to plan for, and they're normally pretty easy to profit from and stay safe in. So guys, go ahead and put this on your chart, watch for a breakout. I'm going to tell you real quick, my gut is telling me we're going to break bearish out of this, partially because of how much we've been trading down here, and also how much more well-defined the support is. It's an easier level to break in general. One more thing I want to point out, guys, is the bearish MACD down here. You can see that we have been bearish on the 4-hourly for quite some time. Looks like we might be about to have a bullish cross. That's not going to mean a whole lot in my opinion. On the daily chart, we are still bullish, but we're just hovering bullish. We're neither converging nor diverging. Really just sideways price action and sideways movement on the MACD as always. As you guys know, when Bitcoin is trading perfectly sideways, MACD and other oscillators will trend back up towards the zero level, so it makes sense that Bitcoin's MACD is bullish right now. One more thing to keep in mind is the resistance above us. We still have the 20 EMA on the daily chart and the 200 SMA on the daily chart sitting above us as resistance. These two have now started to diverge away from each other. A few days ago, they were sitting right next to each other and they converged together. So honestly, guys, it's kind of a good thing that we rejected right here because it would have been very difficult for us to break through both of these levels of resistance. And if we started seeing a lot of volatility with Bitcoin trying to break to the upside, it probably would have resulted in a relatively volatile rejection. As you guys know, if you're in CT2A, the video gauging the strength of support and resistance talks about this. When you have multiple levels of support and resistance come together in what is known as the convergence of support and resistance, then that makes that support or resistance level much stronger. Now that these two have diverged and they're no longer sitting on top of each other, it's easier for us to take them one at a time to break the 20 EMA and then go up and break the 200 a couple days later. So hopefully we see something like that happen, play out in the next few days. Although I'm not very hopeful, guys. As you know, I'm bearish until I'm proven bullish, and so far I've been not proven bullish, but I've been consistently reproven bearish as Bitcoin trades sideways and rejects off of resistance again and again and again. But anyway, guys, with the short-term analysis out of the way, let's go ahead and dive on into the main point of today's video, because I want to talk about the bearish engine that keeps pushing Bitcoin to the downside. We can talk about technicals all day long. We can do what I just did and do short-term analysis, but at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't really matter. Bitcoin's bearish until it's proven bullish, and it's only going to be proven bullish once it gets above one or hopefully both of these levels of resistance. So where does that leave us? Well, that leaves us wondering why Bitcoin rallied to $14,000 and had all of this bullish exuberance, and then in an instant, it just all vanished. Where did it go? Guys, the problem that we're facing here right now is that Bitcoin has lost interest. Nobody's talking about Bitcoin. You go and you look at the news space for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, not only is the mainstream not talking about Bitcoin, there's nothing to talk about in Bitcoin, so you can't really blame them. For a lot of this time, people were talking about price action, price action, price action, price action, and we snowballed against gravity all the way up to $14,000. But guys, now that snowball has started to move in the other direction, and the hodlers are trying to stop it from rolling all the way down the mountain. But at the end of the day, guys, the reason that Bitcoin keeps constricting and falling and falling and falling is because there's no interest in this space. It is not because of some random technical indicator. It's not because even Bitcoin broke below the 200 daily simple moving average. It's not because of the squeeze momentum or the MACD or a VPVR level or a gap or backed launching not going well. All of those things contributed. Guys, you know that I'm a very big fan of technical analysis, and it is a very important part of our analysis of this market, but it's also important to understand the fundamentals. And fundamentally, when we're looking at the top 10 cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap, and the biggest volatility we're seeing is 2.75%, and that's a trend that's been going on for a couple of months now, it's very clear to me that the reason that we're seeing Bitcoin pull back is because Bitcoin is a speculative investment, and people are bored of it, quite frankly. And that sucks, but that's the case, and we can't ignore reality because we're never going to be able to profit in a market that we don't understand. So what then? If that's our problem, what do we do to fix this, guys? I try not to present a problem if I can't come up with a solution. So here's a solution that I have in my mind. First and foremost, Bitcoin must get above the 20 EMA on the daily chart and the 200 SMA on the daily chart. If Bitcoin doesn't get above both of those levels of resistance, then there is no way that the rest of what I'm about to say is ever going to play out, because Bitcoin is still going to remain bearish. Bitcoin needs to go bullish and need to prove itself bullish if it's ever going to actually start making higher highs. There are a plethora of different ways that we could see Bitcoin do that. We could see some kind of fundamental news story come out, like maybe Bakkt all of a sudden has 10 times the volume that it did yesterday. I mean, it doesn't really matter what it is. Just picture some kind of news event or some kind of technical event coming up on the chart in the next month or two that gets Bitcoin above one or both of these levels. That will start the dominoes falling in the right direction rather than just trading sideways again. After we get above those levels of resistance is when it actually starts getting harder, because it's pretty easy to tell what the next step is when the next step is literally sitting right above us. I mean, it's these two levels right here, but what do we do after that? Well, guys, if and when Bitcoin does break above these levels of resistance, let's just go ahead and plot these out something like this. If Bitcoin breaks above these relatively soon, then Bitcoin is going to be looking at this trend line as a level of resistance sitting around $10,000. That's pretty obviously the second step. But if Bitcoin does break to the downside, as this bear flag that we are in right now is indicating that we probably will, then Bitcoin might have to come all the way down to $6,000 or other price targets we've discussed previously before we see a bullish breakup, and then come up here and do the exact same thing months later, maybe on into December or January. The point is, guys, a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin going to $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $40,000, $50,000 by the end of the year, and that's just simply not in the cards, I don't think. At least it's not very likely. Bitcoin has been falling for quite some time. We're in kind of like a little miniature bear market right now. It kind of sucks. But notice over here, guys, when Bitcoin was in this bear market, look at the parallels between this. You could draw this and plot this, and Bitcoin had its bear market right here, and then we're going into accumulation right here in the same way that we had our bear market right here, and then we went into accumulation right here. But guys, guess what? But when Bitcoin went into accumulation, it traded sideways for months and months and months and months and months. Probably about half the length of the bear market, Bitcoin was in accumulation. So if we were to extrapolate that out, we would say that Bitcoin's probably going to trade sideways for another couple of weeks, and then it's going to slowly, gradually, but surely start trending to the upside again as people start getting interested in the space, guys. Right now, the interest snowball is moving in the wrong direction. Our snowball is sitting right here, and we have to push it over this little mountain, and then it'll start rolling on its own again. But getting it up over this cliff, that's going to be the hard part. That is what I'm talking about. Bitcoin needs to trade sideways here and get above some levels of resistance, get some momentum going again, and then we can start pushing to the upside once more. And it's going to take more than just technicals. You guys know technical analysis is ridiculously important. There are people that think technical analysis is irrelevant. There are people that think fundamental analysis is irrelevant. To be quite honest with you, they're both wrong. Both of them are very important. It's going to take a combination of fundamental and technical forces to get Bitcoin moving again, because right now, guys, this is a pullback, but it's a bigger pullback than we normally see, and this is really not very healthy for Bitcoin because Bitcoin's lost all of its momentum. We need to start building that momentum back up. But anyway, guys, I think you get the point, so I'm going to climb off of my soapbox for a little while. Tell me in the comment section down below what you think of that analysis. Do you agree that Bitcoin has lost all of its interest, that nobody is really talking about Bitcoin anymore? Anyway, guys, tell me in the comment section down below what you think of that analysis. Do you agree with me that the main thing we need to do right now is not look for some kind of technical indicator to come in and save us? We need to look for more people coming into the space. We need to look for new volume flowing into the space. We need to look for some kind of increase in the interest in the speculative asset that is Bitcoin. Let's get a conversation going on that down below, and also in the Discord server linked down below. I'd love to see your pretty beautiful face over there and join our little community. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video, though. I do want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy here briefly at the outro. Guys, there are nearly 10 hours of content in this academy, and with a $40 off coupon code down below, you're going to get CT2A for $160. That is an amazing deal, guys. There are courses with this much content selling for literally 10 times that in this space. I am not kidding. Google it if you don't believe me. This is a lot of content that you're getting for the value. If you're concerned about the value of the academy, or you don't think you're going to get your value out of it, there's two things I'd say. First of all, we have a 14-day money-back refund guarantee. So if you join the academy and you don't like the content, you don't think it's for you, shoot me an email in the first 14 days before you start watching about 30% of the course material, because I don't want you watching the entire academy and then wanting a refund. That wouldn't be fair to me. Shoot me an email and I will give you your money back. No questions asked. Second of all, before you even do that, join the Discord server down below and talk to some of our students. We have nearly 900 students in the academy. Right now, I think it's around 892, I want to say. Talk to them and see what they have to say about the academy. I want you guys making informed decisions, and one way you can do that is by talking to people who have already made the decision and asking them what they think with the benefit of hindsight. It really sucks because a lot of people that are in sales are trying to manipulate their customers, but guys, I'll be quite honest with you, I don't have any reason to do that. If I did, then I wouldn't be instructing you to go and talk to our students. So guys, if you do want to start learning how to trade cryptocurrency, especially right now is a great time to do it because there's not much going on in Bitcoin. It's a wonderful time in the market to start learning Bitcoin rather than trading Bitcoin because there's not actually much going on. The moves aren't very big. There's not a lot of money to be made, which also means there's not a lot of money to be lost. It's a great time. When there's downtime in the space is a fantastic time to be learning technical analysis. To wrap the video up, guys, I do also just want to thank all of you for the continued support that you've shown to the channel. You know, we've been doing the YouTube channel here for nearly 2 years. Coming up next month is going to be the 2-year anniversary of the channel, and that is absolutely mind-blowing to me. So I really do just want to thank all 27.1 thousand of you from the bottom of my heart. It means a whole lot to me that you guys would tune in every day and watch the videos. It really blows my mind that you guys are interested in the content I produce, and I'm very, very thankful for that. So I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.